Here we have the new 2026 Chevy Equinox. This one comes in the LT trim level with all-wheel drive. We get Summit white paint, and then we have the black cloth interior. With this one being an all-wheel drive model, the powertrain consists of a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and that's made into an 8-speed automatic transmission. So as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED daytime running lights along with our LED headlamps. The lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But really love how they did the Equinox with that refresh. Just a nice front facial look that kind of matches the looks of the Blazer, the Escalade, just having those thinner daytime running lights and those wider headlamps. Down here, these are 17-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front. And then to the door panel here, power door lock controls, power mirror controls. We do get blind spot monitors and the mirrors are heated. And then for the windows, we get express down on 3 and then 1 touch up and down for the driver's side. There's a door panel there. And I like the touch here, how they did this trim. That feels nice, looks nice, and then that gloss, or I say piano black, just really makes the door panel pop more than I was expecting. Now for the all-wheel drive, you activate that with this button. The auto stop is here, and then our push button parking brake is there. Hood release, manual tilt telescoping steering wheel, and there's our manual driver's seat. I believe that's a 6-way. So we can pump the seat up or down, lean the seat back, forward or back, and then the seat bottom can go forward or back as well. This one also has optional all-weather floor mats, which are really nice. But a big thanks to Chevrolet, Buick, GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Equinox today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these close to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. I want to show the parts content. I feel like we've changed quite a bit. And that's one of the reasons I feel like these tariffs that we've been hearing about are coming to fruition. But I have the seat up front adjusted for my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. Let's check out the rear seat room here. So space is not bad. Seat back pockets are on both sides. 2 USB-C charge ports, rear AC vents, little storage pocket there. And there's a view of the front from back here. I do like that we get the LED reading lamps in the back, and our middle seat does fold down. We get bottle holders right there. And where they have the seat set up, that's a really nice armrest. Usually it's either too low or too high for me, so I like that a lot. Grab handle, and then you can hang a hanger hook if you want to there. But as we make our way towards the back, child locks are on the side there. Fuel filler. And then as we come to the back end, full LED tail lamps. You can see the rear parking sensors integrated in that rear bumper. There's the look underneath the car. Let's go ahead and pop the lift gate. So that is a manual lift gate. And then here, if you lift this, just get myself a paper cut. If you lift this up here, there's your spare tire. And then your 12 volt right back here. That was wild. Sheesh. That's gonna leave a mark. All right, now if you wanna fold this seat flat, pull this latch here. And pretty easy to do. Top tethers for the car seats are right there. And then pretty easy to just lock it back into place. And then behind these covers, you have your lower latch anchors. Just require a little pull, and they're there on either side. And then just snap them back into place, which is not as easy as it looks. Front passenger seat here, 4-way manual. Little storage pocket, storage space underneath where the shifter would normally be. And there's our glove compartment there. Going back to the trim though, I like how they did this as well for an LT. Again, with the door panels and everything, just a nice flare there. I like how they did all the black on the inside. Quick look in the engine bay. There's that 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. Cut this down a little bit. I like the leather wrap steering wheel here. Feels nice, nice and thick. There's the horn. To the radio here, we get our AM, FM, XM, along with Bluetooth audio. And then I also like that we do still get our wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility here. Google Assistant systems, we have access to the Play Store, Google Maps, and then we have the Google News app as well. And your vehicle status in here can kind of tell you about the air filter, the tire pressure, oil life, all of that. Or you can go into each sub-menu here and take a look at what's available. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then your settings, vehicle settings, you get team driver, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive. And then if you want to change your language, go down to the system settings. And then you can also change your units of measurement there as well. Other than that, pretty straightforward. Now your headlamp controls are on the screen, so you have a shortcut there, or you can go to the controls here, and you also have your rear window lock. You can turn that on or off, as well as your traction control, the auto high beams, and the park assist. Then you have a nice volume knob here you can adjust. With single zone manual climate controls down here, fan speed, temperature, and then fan direction, you can cut the whole system on or off there, and you do get 3-stage heated seats. USB-C, USB-A input, that can go directly to the radio if you wanted to do that. And then for the drive modes, with this being all-wheel drive, you get off-road, snow, ice, and then normal. So I always like that, having the all-wheel drive, you can go through those drive modes. Center console cubby space, removable tray. Now you don't get the sunglasses holder here. Hazards are there. And just look at the back seat from up here. Now I do like that we get the nice vanity mirror with the more premium looking lights. But back to the steering wheel and the controls behind. Left stalk, blinkers, windshield wiper fluid, intermittent wipers, rear wipers with the rear wiper fluid there, high beam toggle. And then for the shifter, hit the brake, pull for neutral, pulling up for reverse, pulling down for drive. And then while in drive, you can activate the low mode here. And then you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to activate that limiter. And then you just press P for park. Now with the LT, you do get standard adaptive cruise control, which is nice. So you can turn that on or off there. And then if you want to change the cruise from normal or from adaptive to normal and vice versa, while you have the cruise on, hold that X there. And you'll see it says regular cruise selected, and then when I hit it again, adaptive cruise selected. Then we can adjust the gap for that adaptive cruise as well as the forward collision alert there. Now behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can toggle track list or radio station presets. And behind on the right side, we can toggle volume up or down there. This opens up your audio sources, and you can use this as a scroll bar and then click it as a check to pull up whatever is available, and then mute, Bluetooth button there. Voice recognition, heated steering wheel toggle, and then hold this, and that goes through your different gauge cluster views there. Push button starts here. Here's the key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Chevy Equinox LT all-wheel drive out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Equinox LT here, I like the all-wheel drive because I like the more traditional shifts from the 8-speed, but you do get a bit of a lag there as you're shifting. It's not a snappy transmission by any means, but again, I like it paired with this 1.5 turbo. Prefer a 2-liter, but you know, it is what it is. Now, in terms of the overall drivability, I do find that the CVT paired Equinox drives a bit easier, but again, I'd rather have the drivability of the 8-speed. It's just smoother to shift. it's more engaging, and it just feels more normal, if that makes sense. I need to pump the seat down. I'm a little in the ceiling. I need y'all to see. All right, let's give it some throttle here. So certainly wasn't flooring it, but it got up to speed adequately as I'd expect from this engine. I've driven it several times. Now we do have the adaptive cruise on here. And the ride is pretty solid. I like how easy the vehicle takes the road. It's just very smooth. It's not necessarily floating down the road, but the ride is very good, very good. Now I've been in two-wheel drive mode this entire time, so I'm gonna put it into the all-wheel drive mode. Then when I stop, I'll kind of test that out. Now I want to give a big thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Equinox today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now it definitely feels more linear coming out of a stop, having the all-wheel drive system as opposed to the front-wheel drive. So less wheel spin, especially coming from a stop, but you pretty much get the same power output. It just feels a bit quicker with all four wheels getting power there, because you're not getting the traditional wheel spin from having a front-wheel drive with all that power there, specifically from a turbocharger. But I mean, I really like how this is spec'd out. I like the all-wheel drive on the LT to get you under that $33,000 price point. I prefer to have a power liftgate. That's the only thing I'm really missing here. The heated seats are here. Don't need the dual zone climate controls. You still get your wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, the Google Assistant system, the adaptive cruise. I really wish GM would just join everybody else though in making the lane centering standard, kind of like how Ford has done, even if you're not going to include the full-on hands-free driving. That's fine, but at least let us get some lane keep assistant of some sort. Because just having the lane keeping system that kind of pings you, it's just dated to me. I had that on my 2016 Malibu Premier, and it was great on that car, but the fact that a Toyota Corolla base model will have more safety features on it than a mid-trim Equinox, it just doesn't make sense to me. But other than that, love how they redid the exterior styling. I like how they did the interior as well. It wasn't really a lot that was done new, but the new screen, how it goes side to side or pillar to the infotainment system, I like that. Like the new AC controls. I like having the drive mode button here. And on this particular vehicle, I really like the column shifter. It makes a lot of sense for me. Now on the Tahoe, Suburbans, Traverses, I feel like we could have gotten a better shifter, but right here, it's simple like everything else here. It kind of reminds me of a Tesla almost. But I mean, the standard features that are included are really good. I would just add one or two things, maybe even get up to $34,000 and be completely happy with this vehicle. But All that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Chevy Equinox LT with all-wheel drive.